Hello, welcome back to my podcast. It's going to be a short one, but I'm going to talk about a question that was actually put to me by a pupil. Suicide. It's really common. We've got to find different ways to stop young men thinking about or trying to commit suicide. The problem is, for a young man, he's meant to be fit, strong and very capable. Now, if he's seen to be suicidal in any way, he's weak. His friends would even take the piss out of him and saying, you need to grow a set, but that doesn't always help. Now, it's about mental health, and one of the biggest killers in the UK for men under 45 is suicide. Even if you already knew that, you need to think deeply about your reactions. It is getting very, very common. Now, I usually give them advice and say to them, stop and think about what you're doing. If you commit suicide, it's going to be the final thing you do. You won't do anything else. And suicide is dangerous. Now, what's more, 6,000 plus British lives lost each year, and that's nearly 75% of them being male, to suicide. So what the hell is going on? Why are we not able to deal with this problem? I think it's quite simple. As suicide rates in men rise, it's beginning to be very difficult to control it. The only way we can actively control it is simple, by talking, opening up. I witnessed an incident in the week, and I'm not going to mention the person's name, but I noticed that this young man was being very withdrawn, and that is not normal at all. I then looked at him and I approached him. When I first approached him, it was the usual response: leave me alone. Politely, not rude, leave me alone. However, I decided that I was going to continue, and I was going to stop this guy, and I was going to speak to him. Now, when I did manage to stop him and speak to him, it was in a lunch hall. It wasn't very private, but it gave me that moment to speak to him. When I started to speak to him, he told me how he was feeling, and almost instantly I could tell that he was depressed. I could tell he was depressed because of what he was saying. I could tell he might be suicidal because he was talking about different events with no end. But I decided, you know what, let me not be stupid, let me talk to him a bit further. Now, this was the first time this boy has spoken. He hasn't spoken to his mum, hasn't spoken to his dad. In fact, he didn't speak to anybody. And I was the first person. Now, I had to explain to him, from the moment you were born, you were told you're strong, you're big, you're capable, you can do all these things. However, girls, on the other hand, are told the opposite. You're nice, you're lovely, play with the Barbie, that type of thing. So we start telling boys very young that they can handle just about everything. They're like an action man. But as we get older, the constant barrage of attention and affirmations make it very difficult for us to open up. We go back inside ourselves. Now, if you ever see anybody isolating themselves in a fairly big group, there's a problem. You may not know what the problem is, but you need to look into that problem. You need to discuss that problem, not only with the person, but other people that may know him. One of the things you need to be careful of with people with problems is confidentiality. Now, I know in schools we have safeguarding, and safeguarding is there to protect you as a person. But for many men, especially young men, open up their feelings is a big taboo. Girls can do it, but men, no. So once you've got his trust, then really you got to pass it on to somebody else who will be able to help. A lot of the time, if it's you who discovered it, you're the person that's going to help. So you're going to have to sit down and do the best you can. And of course, you have to pass this on. And the reason you pass it on isn't because of blame, it's because it's the right thing to do. Now, whenever a man takes his own life, it's always followed by an outpour of, oh, he was so good, he never let on. No, let me be honest with you, you're full of shit. That's what you are. Because you know what, if you care, you're not bothered about what other people think. You do what you got to do. And the thing is to get him help. And it really doesn't matter how young he is, get him help. If you can't get him help, there's plenty of helplines you can go to. You got Childline, you got Samaritans, and they're really easy to get hold of. So I hope this answers the question, and I hope this poses a bit of an answer. Life is worth living. It's worth living because we all fight for it every single day of the year. We get up, we refresh ourselves, we're ready to go and do battle. Don't give in. Don't give in. Your life's worth it. And really, it would be a disappointment. Keep fighting. Keep doing the right thing. Now, if you want me, just chuck me an email. You know where it is. Okay? Don't phone me. Well, not that it's really important. Then I'll do something. Thank you.